dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homestead and strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Back through the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prepare for it all. When
Good. Not morning, everybody. Technically, it's the afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day. If I get a sound check 5x5, something like that, that would be super duper pooper scooper. Says there are 10 people in here. Make sure you guys check in and say hello. Looks like Rose first, Tim Huther, number 2, and Ian is deterred. Okay, so let's see. Quick update. This morning I was supposed to do the 10 a.m. live stream, but the girlfriend woke me up and said, "Hey, do you want to go to the diner?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go." Anytime she wants to eat, I am happy to hear it. And like my friend Brad from Indy says, I've been busy lifing things, doing the life stuff. There you go. The Lamb's Light showed up. Good morning. Good to see you, PBN family. What's going on, bros? If I was just watching your video this morning on X. So good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. I'm trying to think if there's any other admin stuff that I've got to do. I don't think there is. I don't think that there is. And if you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, a little bit, what some is that Cookie Monster poop? I don't know what that means, Ian. Uh, but very smart use of the emojis. I don't know what that is. Is that like Cookie Monster on crack emoji? I don't know what that is, man. It's too hard to tell what that is. Like railroad tracks up a lava that has golden eyes or anyway, don't know what it is. All right, so today's live stream is going to be kind of a catch up about like what's been going on, not just it's the turd. Not necessarily with me, but what's been going on here in our country. It's been kind of crazy. And first and foremost, you guys know I don't do the fear porn thing, so it's literally just an observation. And yesterday during the members only Discord that we did last night, we try to do it every Thursday at 7 p.m. If you don't know, that's because you're not a member. If you are a member and didn't show up, well, shame on you. And yeah, I know there's this whole thing with your like I'm busy life and all this other stuff, but it is what it is. And the truth is people kind of fall off, and I think that's going to be our first subject today. Open up the old Grok engine and throw it over here because I do a lot of research over there. Um, and then I bounce it off other information, make sure it's right, that kind of thing. No, I don't want to go premium. No, I don't want to go today's news because that's just a shit show. Minneapolis mother fatally shot by ICE. Agent sparks nationwide protest. Whatever. Have you guys noticed? That the BBC cannot stop us seeing this. I don't know what that's about. I guess that's I don't know. I maybe that's the Iranian revolution. But oh heck, the world is on fire. It's crazy everywhere. Not just here. I'm not falling off. I'm not falling off. I didn't know. No, man. Just you're just silently listening in the background. I don't lunch with the wife. There you go. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Okay. So if you follow anything on X, on Facebook, pretty much check your settings. You just dropped out for an ad. Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know if I can turn whatever they've turned on off, to be honest with you. Let me what's this? Delay ads, insert ad. Okay, let's go ahead and I'm going to hit this button that says delay ads. So I can delay an ad for up to 10 minutes. If another one pops up, tell me again and I'll push this button. YouTube has changed. You're taking me off. You're taking me off freaking off point here, man. It's Bob Pita. Good to see you, bro. But YouTube has changed its interface to where, well, hell, let's you know what? Hold on, I'll just show you, so I don't have to do anything crazy about it. All right, so we got that going on over there, but let's see here. So come here, you. Come here, you. Come on now. There we go. So YouTube has changed its interface. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if I'm centered up yet on the I guess I'm okay. It's changed its interface, and now people can I can push this button and insert an ad instantaneously, which you guys know I don't apply. So something got turned on that I'm not aware of, but I can pause it. I can pause it. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Now you guys know that. So with that said, you know, it's not that our world is getting any crazier. It's that all the things that we know that the nutbags like to do, see you all in the chat. I got you. I got to run away. You got to get back to your wife. That's more important. Um, so there's so much crazy stuff that's going on here, but we all knew it was happening. I'm pretty sure that what you're seeing right there that is Iran. I would hope so. The revolution has been streamed. The BBC cannot stop us seeing this. So this might be Great Britain, or this might be the UK, or this might be London. You know, I don't know. I don't know, but I can tell you that I kind of predicted this was going to happen. This isn't a I told you so situation. This was just my observations of the world that we're slowly slipping into, and it's pretty crazy. I can't get no ads. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad you're not getting any ads. Like I said, if in 7 minutes and 39 seconds, I'll push that button again to make sure that people are not getting ads. Anyway, so this could be the UK, this could be Iran. At first, I thought it was downtown, whatever. Good evening from Leave. Dave. Dave is what's on the screen now, Dave? Is that the stuff that's happening over there right now? Because I kind of expect it to start happening over there at some point. Your government can only starve you guys to a point where people start to say no more. and just I'll say the same thing that I said during the situation with the jab and the virus and Australia. There's more of you than there are of them. People running around pretending that a 10-man police line is going to stop 100 people, and it's not. And so. It is what it is. So Dave says it's brewing over here, only a matter of time now, buddy. I believe it, man. I 100% believe it. 100%. 11 watching and only 5. Come on, you all put put your share of put in your share of the work. I had 20 people in here, but when I started the live stream, but it's some people pop in and they're not hearing what they want to hear, so I understand. I understand. Typically the live streams are about the world. They're not about, hey, I'd like to talk to you today about some silver and how important it is because the market's going through the roof. Yeah, and you should definitely have silver. Yeah, shut up. You either have it or you don't have it. You either buy it or you're not going to buy it. That's not what the live streams are for, you know. Um, but and tell your friends and tell your friends. So, the world is acting kind of crazy. And I do a lot of research using Grok, and some of the stuff that I came, I kind of went down a few rabbit holes this last week. I guess we'll start with what I was looking at this morning. So if you guys didn't know it, um, the that what's the name of that? What's the name? And I hate to say this because I don't know his name, but there's a member of the House of Representatives. It's a black guy. The last time the president spoke in front of the House, he stood up and was throwing his cane all over the place. And as predicted, they've already started the whole impeachment thing. And he says that he's going to file articles of impeachment again. I mean, no, I'm sorry. Again. No, no, no. Wait, 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 wait. Again. This will be like the third time that he's done this stuff. He was actually censured under the last year. He was censured, and he's there up on the floor trying to get people to talk about this, that, and the other thing. And the thing was, it's like at a certain point, isn't this all just a giant show? It's all just a giant show, and he wants to, I think they have like a task lists for those that wear blue ties, in our Congress. It's like, so hey, listen, we got a list of stuff, okay? All the common sense stuff we're going to give out to these, and you guys go give speeches because people might listen to you. And then we got some crazy ass shit, these things that we would like to see happen, and and they just like tag it to all the crazy people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At Kenny, $5, he'll do anything, man. Yeah, and so he was out there just running his suck. Al Green, thank you, Floyd in Spain. There you go. What's going on, Broseph? Um, Floyd's Pain, or is it Floyd Spain? Which is it? 1950. I'm gonna go with Pain. Floyd's Pain. But let's see here. Armed and the citizens are not. Yeah, Miko, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. If you know anything about the revolution in Australia for their independence. It all started with a soldier shooting somebody and the crowd taking just like 100 people, just blah, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to human will and the decision of, I'm so tired of this, I'd rather be dead than live like this, people will do unbelievable things. And the thing is the police know it because, the same thing is happening here in the United States where the crowds can get so big that the police have to retreat. So yeah, it's all good. It's all fun and games to, if you think you're gonna, go back to back and go cartoon defense style and lots of animatronics and animations are gonna be what, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna be, five guys with guns standing in a circle facing outwards and just rows of bodies. That's just not how it works in the real world. You know, if I would try following the 21-foot rule and see how far that gets you. So let's see here. Is it possible? It's all a giant show for sure. Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. I was like, you know what? I know this to be true, but I figured I might as well like educate myself. You know what I'm saying? And so I literally just went on to Grok. I've got it up there on the screen from this morning. I said, based on the U.S. going into Venezuela to capture the president of Venezuela by current law, did the president have the authority to do this? And if so, what law was used to justify these actions? All right. So U.S. military operation, January 3rd, dubbed Operation Resolved, absolute resolve, involved airstrikes on Venezuelan military infrastructure and special forces raid to Caracas to capture the President Maduro. He was indicted in 2020. We all knew this. And then these are narco terrorism conspiracy charges under 21 USC. They're all under, and one under 18 USC. The administration framed this as a law enforcement action to apprehend fugitives supported by the military at the request of the DOJ. Rather than a full invasion or occupation, additional justifications included Maduro's role in flooding the U.S. with drugs. All right, so under current U.S. law, President Trump had the authority to order this limited operation based on longstanding executive branch precedents, interpreting Article 2 of the Constitution, which designates the president as commander in chief and grants inherent powers to direct military forces in support of national interests without prior congressional approval, so long as the action is not expected to escalate into prolonged substantial hostilities. This includes, and then it starts to go into some of the deeper things, comparing it to Panama, which was a completely different operation. So so the operation did not require prior congressional authorization because it was characterized and targeted arrest without the unit's self-defense elements fall short of war threshold under the Constitution or the 1973 War Powers Resolution. So he was completely legal in doing this, but we've got this giant show that's happening with these left-wing nutbags on the House floor, and so it's like, send the crazies out, give them their talking points, and let's see what we can get done, knowing full well that nothing is going to get done. This is all preemptive. This is all preemptive, so that if the if they do regain the House, which I fully expect them to, because most and if you guys don't know, I'm a centrist. I'm an independent. And Most Republican midterm voters are freaking lazy. They're absolutely lazy. And the left is depending on this. They're absolutely depending on this. So I fully expect them to take the House. I fully expect them to try and impeach the president again. I fully expect it to go the full gamut. And here's why. Here's why. Basically, Congress stops doing anything. Um, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Yes, he was a person. He did exist. He did things. Um, and This completely derails Congress from doing anything that the left doesn't want them to do. It completely like locks the whole Congress up. And unfortunately, what it also does too is it also locks up all of the lawyers that work for the White House too. So they're not there to do the other things that the president wants to do. They did this same. This is the same shit that they did last time he was the president. This is what they're trying to do. So I fully expect this to be lots of jabberjaw and suck running, you know. But I don't expect it to go anywhere for about a year, and then it will reappear after they take the House. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's actually a thing. It's like and there's a huge difference between like it being 100% factual and lawful, okay, and what the mob wants to do. So if the mob wants to impeach the president on some trumped up charges that we know are completely non-factual, they're going to do that. This is what they did the last time. So this is why if you're a Democrat, you just need to stop, because this winning at all cost things, it's like, what did you win? I guess that's a great question. And then we're going to get off this subject. What does the left think that they won when they put Biden in the White House? What do they think they won? Because nothing happened. In fact, it became probably the most notably worst presidency in the history of the United States. And we had some bad ones too. I don't get it. It does, it's like, hey, if I close this door while you're walking, you're going to run right into it. Why do you keep doing, why do you keep smashing your head against this door? You're not accomplishing anything. We have to win because yes, freedom. Really? What after that? What after that? Because nothing. You're fighting for nothing. Um, okay. So I think the next thing that I wanted to talk briefly about was and I'm going to go to the chat here in a second, guys. I'm going to go to the chat here in a second. Um, the how many people, if you have been seeing like unbelievable amounts of fake news about protests or police shooting at cars, or cars ramming police cars, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. I saw one this morning. I saw another one yesterday, and they were all like videos, like I hate to say it, but it's all these stupid little, you know, people on X that are trying to like make a name for themselves as like watch watch my regurgitation of the news. I saw one this morning. It was from a police officer had pulled over an SUV in a parking lot, and then the SUV like rammed backed into the police officer, and the police officer got out of the vehicle, and then he rammed the vehicle again, and then he got over near the front of the vehicle, and they started like trying to drive towards the police officer, and the police officer shot 5 times into the car, and the vehicle drove off. And so they're trying to say this is the new playbook, you know what I'm saying? Just stirring the pot to see how many clicks they can get out of it. It's actually quite sickening. Um, and so if you've been seeing any of that stuff, let me know in the chat. Put a one on the chat. Because if you haven't, thank God, good for you, because guys don't have to sift through this stuff on a daily basis like I do to try and bring content to you that is actually like not fake news and not the regurgitation of this ridiculousness. I mean, literally yesterday. So the girlfriend and I we're going to be cutting back because now we finally got to that place where, if you didn't know this, she's technically fully disabled because of her cancer. And so we've waited the 3 month period, and she's supposed to be receiving money from the government, which we've never taken before. But hey, listen, there's bills that have to be paid, right? So we're gonna cut back on some of these different subscriptions that we have to different things. You know what I'm saying? And it's um, and so I went to like the Roku channel and the free live channels, and all of them are all CBS, right? Like, okay, cool. And so I start watching one, and it starts telling me blah 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 blah. And then I was like, I jumped to another one in a different state, because they're all done like by major cities, and every single one of them were just regurgitating all the same, and they're supposed to be local news, right? No, they're not. They're just regurgitating all the same talking points, and not a single one of them had shown the video that shows where the ICE agent was actually hit by the SUV. Yeah, that actually showed the point where there was impact. You know what I'm saying? They're all following that same narrative. And it's like, why? Why are they trying to sow these seeds of discontent? Are they just looking for clicks? Do they just need people to watch them? Because they pretty much sucked for the last 2 years, as far as the ratings go. I mean, what are they after? What are they after? Or is there an alternate agenda? That public or these TV companies are now just they've been fully infiltrated, they've been fully virusized to where it's all just bleh, and none of it is truth anymore. No one's trying to find the truth anymore. We're going to get to the truth, but you're not. You're really not. You're like, I'm going to stop right here. The truth's over there, but I'm going to stop right here. We're just going to play in this zone right here. And that's one of the things that I'm seeing a lot of. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the chat here real quick. Oh, by the way, guys, if you hadn't noticed, it's still back there. And Papa's got to pay some bills. So if you know what that is, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this. That's not it. I got to set a goal. I should have done this earlier, but I didn't. And we're gonna say for an hour, and you know what happens. There you go. You guys know I only do this once a week, so um, there we go. I think it's going to work. There we go. Okay, so the goal is alive. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to go to the chat right now here because you guys have been popping off about stuff. Let's see here. Let's see here. Rose says it may not get worse, but with the internet and phones, we get instantly gratification and can say, "I told you so." Yeah, I really hate these. I hate all these channels that are popping up that are playing the "I told you so" game. Like I said, I only do this kind of content um, at once a week because I think that all my other content should be either on the philosophy side or you know good thoughts or maybe gear reviews. And I don't even do gear reviews. Companies send me stuff and I just show it to you and there's a link to it if you want to buy it. And I don't even make any money. It's just content. You know what I'm saying? And then I like to do the philosophy ones, and I'm working on some newer ones right now about basically the how tos. But those are going to be tougher. Those are going to be tougher because sometimes those cost money, and if you're not, if the juice isn't worth the squeeze for me, then I'm probably not going to make a lot of how to stuff unless I already own the stuff, which is very possible. So. Let's see here. European country, 10-man police force. We went over that. Um, let's see here. Is that how all revolution starts? Someone gets shot and crowds charge at one point. I mean, that is a possibility. But I mean, in the American Revolution, they say that less than I want to say it's somewhere between 11 and 20% of actual colonialists fought in the Revolutionary War. So it's always like a small amount of people that stand up for other people. Let's see here. BPN family. Hi here in Virginia. We're going to take our lumps with Spanberger government. Watch VA close to a blueprint of what the nation could suffer. Yeah, I live in Virginia too, man, and it's kind of scary. You've got an unofficial socialist um, who's the governor now. I think is the governor now. I'm not sure when she takes over or took over. Oh shit, you guys. Oh shit, someone gave who the hell gave me five freaking? Oh, how did that not pop up? That's so weird. Oh, there it is. It's in the chat. Okay, Cole. Cole, five. How's everybody? Cole, we are doing great. Make sure everybody gives Cole a thumbs up on that $5 super chat that he gave. And Dave, thank you for the 10. Are those pounds? Yeah, that's pounds. 10 pounds. Boom. Big ass heart on that one. Boom and boom. Make sure you guys give them a thumbs up on those guys. It's greatly appreciated. It's greatly appreciated. I just hadn't scrolled far enough down. I saw it on the top of my screen. This is what I see. This is what I see, guys. Well, I don't know if I can do that or not. Come here, you. Come here. There we go. There we go. And then I push this button over here. Yeah, this is what I see. And I was in the scrolls, and then all of a sudden this stuff just appeared up here. So yeah, that's the stuff that's the stuffs that I see. But yeah, here in Virginia, it's going to be very, very, I hate to say it, but scary, because we do have enough people in the legislature in Virginia to make it like as blue can get. They've done it before. And we also have our governor, and then we're going to have our attorney general, the guy who wants to wish people and their kids got killed. Everybody, it's so quick how the news feeds forget about that stuff. It's so crazy. We consume content at such a rapid rate that we forget the stuff that actually matters. It's kind of weird. But yeah, and so they're gonna come after all the gun rights they can come after here in Virginia. Guarantee it. In fact, I'm probably going to move, to be honest with you, because I just that's it's ridiculous. It does the country, it does the citizenry, it does nobody any good whatsoever to go after gun laws and gun rights. Let's see here. Tim says political grandstanding. Yeah, that is. I mean, that's the simplest term for what Al was doing. But yeah, it is. It is. Let's see here. Miko says, "Can you get Russia using a hypersonic missile on Ukraine? Got NATO respond, and the U.S. response for the Civil War 2.0? Would World War III or both sides take a choice?" I'm not sure, Miko. I'm not sure where you're going with that. But first things first, guys, never be scared of the term hypersonic missile because all missiles are hypersonic, especially the ones that go up into the atmosphere and come back. The big dangerous ones are the ones that they can steer. That's the ones we need to worry about. Let's see here. Dave says, I'd consider myself to be a centrist, but due to being a white middle-aged man and won't just bend over, I'm considering a far right racist. Not that it bothers me. Yeah, they can. Oh, looks like we just made our goal. Oh, who's pushing me over the edge? Who is that? Is that Ian? Who is that? Oh, it's Tim. Tim, you bastard. Tim pushed us over the head. Tim wants to see the hat. All right, let me go back to the chat here real quick. You guys pushed it. Let's get it on. Let's get the grand poobah of preparedness in the house. I really need to do some work on this. The aluminum foil on this hat is quite old and it never seems to fit my head just right. It never seems to be straight. I don't know, maybe my head's lopsided or something. But yeah, and hold on, let me you guys can't see it in its full glory. Let's see if we can fix this video. Where we at here? I have to change some stuff. Chat box, video capture device, that's not it. Webcam capture, there it is. And configure video. And of course it popped up way 3 screens over there. Let's go ahead. Did it work? Oh, that's brightness. I'm messing with the brightness. Camera control. There we go. Come on, camera control. There we go. There we go. Come on down here. Come on down here. There we go. There you go. Now you can actually like see the helmet in its full glory. There we go. That ought to make my my vertical viewers happy. Okay, so now you can see the helmet in its full glory. And looks like cool. All right. So let's see. Collectivism who property rights and government run industry. Yeah, we're starting to see some of that. New York just identified their it's, I guess you could say it's like their rent manager, their housing commissioner or whatever it is, and they started going through her old tweets and found out that she's like, "Oh, no one should own property. That's wrong. That's racist." It all needs to be seized by the government and divvied out to the people. And then you find out that she's actually from money. All these socialists seem to be from money, but then they pretend that they're living on, you know, cleaning their armpits with paper towels instead of taking showers, like they're living so badly and they pretend that things are so bad for them. But it's just not true. Anyway, so we find out that, oh, by the way, her mommy lives in a $1.3 million house, and that's how she came up. It's like the house she grew up in, and it's always about these socialist ideas that just don't frickin' work. Let's see here. Choo, choo, choo. Oh wow, no money. That's great. Andy showed up. What's going on, bro? So I haven't seen you forever, man. The left and the rhinos are the enemy within. Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. I was looking at, so if you guys didn't know this, there was this whole like battle. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up for you. I actually saved it in case this came up. I'm gonna pull this over here. I want to move some of this over here. All right. And then I'm going to push this button over here. And so I get these emails because I follow like Tom Tillis is my representative and or actually my senator in North Carolina because technically I'm a North Carolina resident. But anyway, so I get these emails that show me like how everything that happened in Congress that day, right? And how people voted. And so if I scroll down here to the bottom, hopefully it'll show it. Where are we at here? Discharge HRES Alexander breaking the gridlock. So it's always about this a funny, stupid name that doesn't have anything to do with this. So breaking the gridlock act was talking about Venezuela and Congress and the ability to take away presidential power for conducting these actions, right? But inside that bill, there was also like this stupid little thing that said, "Oh, by the way, the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, we're going to extend those. What do they call them? Like super thingies. They were all the subsidies from COVID that everybody, that all the big medical companies are benefiting from, right?" And there was this big fight for the last 2 weeks about, it all expiring and everybody's going to die and your mama's not going to live here anymore, stuff like that. And then, so what do? They voted on, they put it in there and they voted on this stuff. And we've got 17, I think it's 17, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6, 17 Republicans that voted to extend the Affordable Care Act's Obamacare subsidies for billions of dollars that people never even see, and in some cases had been taking advantage of. So it actually ended up happening for 3 freaking years. And here's the problem. Here's the problem. So let's say it goes over to the Senate. Let's say it passes the Senate, right? I'm going to get off this screen. Let's say it passes the Senate. And then it goes to the president, and the president can veto it. And then if it goes back, then it goes back, and the House is like, we're taking this up. They need a 2/3 vote in the Senate and in the House to overturn a veto. So now the president looks like a bad guy in 3 years. All right. You see what I'm saying? Um, this is all political tactics. That's all it is. I need to give the hearts to the and thumbs up to the people who gave me some money. So it looks like Tim wants the hat. There you go. Love the hat. Let's see the hat. Oh, that is your style. I got you, man. Jay Lemmy, I don't recognize you. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Hey, man, I'm in a dark place right now, and I just want to say I need someone to bring me a new light bulb, please. Well, in my days of doing bad things to bad people in bad places, I always had one simple mantra. It can always be worse. If you woke up this morning and you're alive and you can drive a car, then you have freedom. And you can always find positivity in the negativity, because even if you're in a dark place, you can always just turn around and look back at the light. And I hope that helped. It could all sound like bullshit to some people, but I'm a glass half full kind of person. Let's see here. We got Little Dry Creek. Good to see you. Good to see you. The Grand Poobah has entered the building. Let's see. Let's see here. How it doesn't lightning when you wear that. Oh, I hope it does. There's no lightning when I wear the hat. I know, right? That is the definition. Tinfoil hat contest. There's definitely a tinfoil contender. Yeah, I went through this phase where people were buying me hats. They would just buy them on Amazon and they would mail them to me anonymously. There was even a group of people who bought me a pink singlet, and I wore it for the members one time, and it was literally just me putting it on, me jumping in front of a mirror that was facing a camera, and me jumping out. And then after that, it's never seen again. Never seen again. Let's see. Ad alert. Okay, thank you. We're going to go ahead and push that ad delay again. 10 minutes. There we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Let's see here. New York City is going communist, stripping people of their property rights, white people. That is not a joke. Yeah, Miko. No, I completely 100%. Yes, you're right. It is going to happen. It is absolutely going to happen. New York City used to be considered the greatest city on the planet. It used to be. And then we had, for I hate to say this, but way too many white people with way too much money doing way too much gentrification, you know, and pushing people that had grown up, generations of families black, white, Hispanic, Filipino. I mean, just all these generations of families in specific groups, Italians. I mean, and just push them right out of their name, just price them right out of the homes that multi generations had grown up in. And so I can see why people like hate angry, angry older white guys. I can see that because these things happen to them, right? But now it's going to happen to the people who brought in this kind of government, who brought in and bought into this type of ideology. And I honestly don't think enough New Yorkers vote. I think that they need to vote, that they need to get their heads out of their proverbial asses and realize what their neighbor did to them while they were asleep at the wheel. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Tim Huther says you have to offer property for sale to the city before private persons can buy it. That's true. Lamb's Light says, is it just me or can y'all not take him seriously with that hat on? I know, that's why I don't wear it all the time. That's why I make people pay to see this hat. But that's why they also, and I didn't even come up with it. That's why they labeled it as the Grand Poobah of Preparedness. But the people get what they want. The people get what they want, and I get to keep the lights on. So I cannot. This is why I only do this once a week. Ian says 1.6 million. Okay. Miko says want to help to build a wall around New York City and call Escape from New York City, make the movie come true. I mean, I think we should just work like try to make it great again. I mean, it's so difficult. I think that New York City already has a problem with lots of empty skyscrapers. They already have that problem. And with the under the current uh uh um real estate laws in New York City, it makes it very difficult for businesses to come in, for people to live. I mean, I can see where there might be some money in for developers in turning some of these skyscrapers into residential buildings. But then I also think that the city will get involved, and it's going to be very reminiscent of that. At some point, it'll become very reminiscent of that slum high rise that they had in, I think it was London, that burned and killed hundreds of people. Because, once the government gets involved, the government has never done anything good. The only thing the government is good for is projecting power and protecting the country via the military. That is their sole purpose. That's what they're really good at. Everything else is a joke. So, let's see here. Let's just had an ad break on you. What do we got here? Snake Plissken for prime minister. And that's hilarious, Dave. Most people won't even know. And Dave's over in England, so it's funny that he knows who Snake Plissken is. If you know who Snake Plissken is, put a one in the chat. Another ad dropped. I got you, but I pushed the button, man. I'm not supposed to see any ads for 5 minutes and 32 seconds. Rose says, we have freedom here. We can expect our opinion without fear or jail, property loss at this point, at this point anyways. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Neverets? Good to see you. Good to see you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't recognize you. Ian says, I saw a video where NYC bus quit in the middle of his shift, left the bus on the street with it in 4 ways. Wow, that's interesting. Let's see here. Cole says, you can be jailed, but can be sued into poverty. Yeah, I mean, not in America, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy. New York City is gone. The government is good at stealing your money. That's true. Oh, all right. First troll of the days, guys. What's this guy's name? Cranagio, Viking or gay Viking? Let's see here. Miko says the rest of New York provides water for them and food for them in New York City. New York City is not self-sufficient. It's gone, turned into a prison. Yeah, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand these giant metropolises. right outside of these giant metropolises are all of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Basically all of the major companies that provide, food and product and a hub. There you go. Are right outside of New York City. In actually, most of them are in New Jersey. But if it gets to the point where people can't, it's not safe, and preppers have talked about this in the past. But if it gets to the point where it's just not safe, it's not financially viable to ship product into the city of New York, then they'll stop because that's a business. There's no law that says that they have to provide services unless some kind of contract was provided. And I'm sure at some point the providing the service provider had made sure there was something in the contract that basically says if it's not safe or realistic, then I don't have to do it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see here. Miko says, and they take a rest of New York's taxpayers' money and put it towards New York City. York City is gone. Gotcha. Already there. Cole says you're already there. You're already there. Okay. Um, Miko says, you got police officers and fire departments in New York City leaving the job to go to other states. Yeah, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Listen, if your government creates an environment in which it is not, it's not to the benefit of the citizen to live there. Hey, you know what? I woke up this morning and I told myself, we have to move right now because I, down deep in my guts, in my heart of hearts, want to live in a place where all of my money goes to the state or goes to the city, and that I won't have anything. And you know what? And I'm going to like it. Yeah, I woke up like that this morning. That's their mentality, guys. It's very unfortunate, but it's also very true. That is their mentality. New York City has basically turned into a joke. And it used to be the greatest city on the planet. I have visited there several times, enjoyed it to a certain point. Been down to the Rockefeller Center, went to the top of the rock, did not enjoy that. That super sucked. If you ever go to the top, if you ever think you want to go to the top of rock, don't do it. You're just cattle. You're just cattle. They're moving from station to station to station. And yeah, it sucks. You're better off just going to find a rooftop bar someplace that's really cool. You can have that whole Manhattan cosmopolitan experience for, less than $50 per person. That's a little stupid. But with that said, I think I've got to go and check out what the girlfriend is doing. I've got to go work on the van. If you guys don't know about the other channel, I'll put something in the comments about the other channel. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where are we at here? See if it actually comes up. Instagram there. Yeah, it hasn't made it in there yet. Tiny Van, Big Smiles, YouTube. Let's do that. Yeah, it's not on the YouTubes yet. That's kind of disappointing that you would think that it would be, interesting. Saw Trapped. Where did I see Trapped? That's weird. Anyway, let me just go find it on YouTube. YouTube. There you go. Tiny Van, Big Smiles. And here you go. Yeah, there's another channel that I have. It's for the van that we bought to travel in. And it's going to be like me and the girlfriend traveling. And that's another reason I'm like not super available these days. But if you guys want to check out and follow that, it'd be greatly appreciated. It's not monetized in any way, shape, or form, but it does kind of tell you what's going on. What's going on. Okay, guys. Looks like we still have a handful of people in here, which is great. This hat is officially cooking my brain stem at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I'm going to go ahead and kill this. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Make sure that you have a great weekend. And, as usual, thank you, Simon. I appreciate you, bro. As usual, stay safe. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And for my friend Tim, bye-bye. Later, guys. Have a great weekend.